Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tiny Towns at High Noon. I am John Zinzer, the owner of Alderac Entertainment Group and your caller host for today's session of Tiny Towns. Joining me today is Vladimir Orellana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vladimir Orellana.
And
Nice to meet you.
Todd Rowland,
Everybody.
Dave Lepore, Josh Wood, and our special guest today. We say he's a guest, but he's actually he's an honorary employee, Matt Paquette, graphic designer extraordinaire. So
Absolutely.
Matt, we have we set a low bar for our guests, but we're setting a high bar for you because you are a part of the team. So just don't come in last today.
That won't be hard.
That won't be hard, he says. All right, let me go over what we are playing with today. We are playing with the cottage as normal, the well, the chapel, the trading post, the market, and two new cards, the Grange,
Strange.
the Grange, which is at the end of the game, choose a building type besides your cottages. That building type feeds all buildings that are adjacent to that building type. So you want to put the same kind of building next to your cottages and then make those guys the ones that feed them. And then the last card we have is the public house. The public house says 1 victory point per unique building type you have an even number of in your town. Finally, you get to draw two
Monuments?
Two monuments, and then select one to play with. So we'll give you guys a second to do that. While we're doing that, Matt, why don't you tell us where you're from and what you're working on these days? Matt, you're on mute.
Oh, Matt is in mute.
Sorry, my keyboard's loud, so I turn it off. My name is Matt. I am a graphic designer in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I've had the fortune to work, no pun intended, to work on with AEG for a lot of stuff, Tiny Towns included. What am I working on these days? As I'm looking at my wall here, we're just wrapping up Wonderland's War with Skybound.
Ooh.
Working on a really great looking game, super fun game with Elf Creek Games called Merchants of the Dark Road. It's like a Rondell type game. And also bringing to market a re-release of a Reiner Knizia game, Tutankhamun, with 25th Century.
Oh, that's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah, we've done some really awesome stuff with the reimagining of the gameplay. So looking forward to sharing that.
Nice.
So we're selecting a monument.
You select a monument.
Yeah.
So I just deal just
Deal
randomly.
two, grab one, or pick your
Deal
favorite.
two, grab one, or just select one you think is going to be fun to play with, Matt. Hold on for just a second. I'll be right back.
Don't use the
The Starloom.
The Starloom or
Yeah.
Opali's Watch.
Opali's
Okay.
Watch. Yeah.
And while you guys do that, I'm gonna say hi to everyone in the chat. Damian, David, Amy, Julian, Emily, Amy. Wow, I need to do these pronunciations better. Thomas, Allison, Alice, Sarah. Am I missing Christopher, Alex, and I think Ernest? Thank you for being here again. Please remember to share and like the streaming. That way we can do better giveaways and can reach more people and share the fun with everyone.
I'm very excited that Sarah is trying to. She's going to be our guest
Tomorrow.
on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Let me double check.
It's
Yeah.
on Thursday.
Yeah, you're better
And-
to remembering things than me, Josh.
And so I'm you know, it's always good when the guests are getting a little prepared, ready, you know.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right,
Yeah,
everybody.
you were right.
Start calling resources now. So here we go. The first resource of the day is glass. Glass is the first resource of the day.
I'm still having nightmares from yesterday.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yesterday was
Wood,
definitely
wood, 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 wood.
And then I ended the game with stone, stone, stone,
Stone.
wheat.
Yeah.
Wow. It wouldn't have been so bad if wood wasn't the worst color for that setup.
I
That's
think
true.
what that was the worst part, right? That nobody wanted wood.
Yeah.
Hey, who picked today's setup? It looks like there's lightning in a bottle out here for this one.
It's a little devious.
All right, next up is wheat, everyone. Wheat.
Today's setup is it was made by Pete, I believe, who is not joining us today.
No.
Yeah,
We're missing Pete. We
Not planning
cannot
stuff.
blame him for the setup.
I randomly drew Barrett Castle today, so I'm in pretty good shape.
What does Barrett Castle do?
It acts as 2 fed cottages if you feed it.
Oh, there you go.
You don't like Barrett Castle, Josh?
It's too good when Chapel's in.
Yeah.
It is pretty good when Chapel's in, that's for sure. All right, everybody, Dealer's Choice is your next card. Dealer's Choice. You may pick any resource and put it onto your board.
So Matt, you also worked on Mariposas with us, right? And yesterday we
I
had
sure did.
Elizabeth, and a bunch of people were saying that that was a very beautiful game. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to work with. Josh had kind of given the direction of, given the fact that you guys selected a Mexican artist to work with. Mexican, is that right?
Indie Maverick, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
and
call it the Sugar Skull Directive.
her stuff is beautiful. And then Josh and I kind of chatted about where the art direction might go with it. And at first, to be quite honest, I was terrified about it because I'd never really, it's like kind of reaching outside of my wheelhouse a little bit. But then I did a lot of research and started just playing around with stuff, and I'm really happy with the way it came out.
Yeah, it does look really good. All right, next up, everybody, is glass. Glass is the next call.
And can you guys tell me a story? How do you end up with the black board for the game? Why black?
Well, not to technically, it's not quite black. It's like
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. He is the colorblind guy. Yeah. Come on, do it.
I hope it doesn't come out black, but I don't know. Josh had sent over the palette, and I kind of gravitated towards this because all the other colors were so bright and vibrant. I wanted them to really pop off the background. I said, well, why don't I just make it like a dark indigo?
Yeah, I mean, so I think I just
everyone.
went off of
Glass again.
Glass again.
Wow,
Glass,
triple
yeah.
glass.
Glass.
Well,
I
we have
just gotten off
chapels
of
today.
Ecos. I had just gotten off of Ecos doing the art direction for that, and Matt also worked on Ecos, and that uses a lot of more earth tones. And so I really wanted to spice it up. There's a lot of butterfly games that have come out, and they kind of use very natural colors, which makes sense. I understand why a lot of people do it, but I just thought I thought it'd be interesting if we kind of like went for a very different look.
Dealer's Choice, everyone. Dealer's Choice. Yeah, there was a moment when we saw the when we were getting to the finals on the board, and we actually asked Matt for a white and a black board, and the black board just was it was so much more awesome.
I playstated a bunch on the whiteboard, and then one day I came to the office and I saw the dark indigo board, and I was amazed, and it looked wonderfully, and I was like, this is great.
All right, everybody. Next up is wood. A little wood.
Joe in the chat said his son just walked by and said, "That's the cat lady guy." Tell your son hi. Maybe did he recognize me from my portrait in the rule book?
You're famous, Josh.
Yep, the famous Josh Wood.
I will say I remember when AEG, because I wasn't working for AEG when Cat Lady was being made. I remember when Goody, one of our developers, came to me and said, "Oh, like we want to like maybe put your picture like in the rule book because like this is such a you product." And I remember thinking like, "Oh, that's just gonna like age poorly. It's gonna look weird."
Brick, everyone, brick.
Good call,
And-
John.
And so I remember thinking like, okay, like I agreed to do it, but only if I would the
picture.
draw the picture. And I literally drew myself 40 times, and like I just hold these sheets to my friends and be like, which one looks the most like me / which is the best drawing.
That's
and
funny.
like and I remember the one I landed on, my friend AJ said it best, where he said, I would use number 14 because it looks like you, but it also is a better flattering picture of you. And so
Dealer's choice is the next call, everybody. Dealer's choice.
Joe says that his son remembers you because you actually play with him.
oh yeah, great.
Josh, remembering that moment. Not.
But enough about
No,
that.
that's great.
So
Unfortunately,
that whole thing started because when we were doing the Big in Japan games, I put little designer profiles, which is about just a bit before we did Cat Lady. They just sent photos, so I don't know. They weren't as worried about it.
Ah,
All right, everybody. Next up is wood again. Another wood.
Yeah, I clipped a lot of pictures off the web to build our designer bio page on alderac.com. And it's funny that this topic came up because one of the things that we've recently added to our designer contract is a clause about those pictures and those bios to more formalize our ability to do that. We really want to promote the designers and illustrators and artists and just all the creative people that work with AEG. And it's one of those weird things in the industry. Like we put credits on boxes, but I think a lot of people are now really interested in the people who work on these products as kind of pseudo celebrity.
Hey, everybody. Next up is red again. Wow, we got a lot of glass and wood and brick this time.
I think there has always been interest on the people behind the games. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, you and John have Wikipedia pages.
Well, of
that's
course,
true. Although mine is very out of date.
you're not allowed to update your own Wikipedia page.
That's right. You can't touch it.
Like, if
And you
Ryan
can
was
only
allowed to
update it with
his own
source
Wikipedia
things. So
page,
like somebody in this industry needs to go through and like interview 100 people and write little web interviews for everybody so we can all get our Wikipedia pages updated.
Yep.
dealer's choice, everyone. Next up is dealer's choice.
I remember when I got to make an IMDb page for myself.
Oh yeah.
I remember feeling like that, like I felt like I had arrived at that point.
Yeah.
Michael says we introduced our friends to Cat Lady and Santa Monica the other night. It was a Josh Wood kind of night. Awesome.
I have an IMDb page because I appear in a documentary that was added to the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh.
And one night, my daughter, who at the time was probably 6 or 7 years old, had a sleepover, and they were downstairs and they watched that movie, and we didn't pay any attention. And all of a sudden, I heard this like little girl screeching from downstairs,
What?
and they had watched past the end of the movie into the extra features, and I came on the screen, and they were just freaking out that I was on that DVD.
All right, everybody. Stone is the next call. Stone.
It was pretty funny.
And by the way, for the first time, we have David Lapore over here.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes,
Dave.
hiding out there
Dave,
in
you
the
should introduce
corner.
yourself so
Yes.
that people know who you are.
Off mute though.
Yeah, you're muted, Dave.
Still muted, Dave. There he is.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Lepore, the production manager at AEG. So I'm able to actually get all this awesome creative stuff that these guys do and get it over to a factory and get it actually manufactured.
There's like 10 people at AEG who work to make files, and one person at AEG who turns files into product. That
That's
person is
Dave. Yeah. Great description.
Hey, everybody. Next up is another Stone.
That's
We'll give you
great.
Good call.
That's good.
Good call.
Because everyone on the chat was saying that their dealer's choice was always a stone.
Yeah.
And then the last up is dealer's choice, everyone. Dealer's choice will be the last call for that first run through of the deck.
Dave's the guy that emails me and texts me at like 1 a.m. to tell me that he's in China and he needs a card resubmitted because there's something wrong with it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with what you did. Something wrong with what somebody else did.
Well,
You to fix
ideally.
it.
We are, AEG is in the process of learning how to be a multi-language, multi-regional publisher. So we've got partners that do translations into a wide variety of languages, and they often have to work on those files and then send them back to us for print for production. And Dave is kind of the nexus of all that work and has to, take a game like Tiny Towns and look at 8 different versions to make sure that all the preferences are correct and the color corrections are correct. And it's an amazing amount of work to do a game in a bunch of different languages.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Hey, Josh, why don't you show the world your board after one go through of the cards? Where are you at and what are you thinking right now?
Who, me?
Josh.
I'm right here. This is me. I am oddly building a trading post in the corner because I am using Obelisk. Because you know what? In all this time we've been playing Tiny Towns, I've not used Obelisk because I think it is a mid to low tier monument. I know a lot of people think it's really good because it's really good when you're new to the game.
Okay.
And so I'm probably going to go a little chapel cottage, but I'm going to definitely splash in some public houses in there. And I think that's going to be sort of my game today. My Grange, I'm going to try to put my chapels next to my cottages.
I have a question for us from Twitch. Willie saying, sorry.
All right. Wheat.
Wait. So Willie's asking the following. Sad to hear there won't be a GameCon this year. Having almost 1,000 people cheer when Glass was called on Big Game Night last year is one of my favorite gaming memories. What are you guys planning to do with that?
So I can take this question. So we have known for some time that there was a possibility that Gen Con was going to get canceled this year, and we have a plan which we'll be rolling out next week, which will be big game night at your local game store or big game night at home. So we are still going to have a big game night. It's just going to be a virtual gaming party that we're going to do, and there'll be a few games that you can still get as part of your big game night package. So look for information on that next week.
Yeah, you guys have heard us be a little bit vague on what the strategy has been for releasing Mariposas. And this is kind of the reason why we've been a little vague. We had to wait for Gen Con to make their announcements so that we could prepare to make our announcements.
Yeah. That was
sorry, John, I still didn't hear.
John, did you skull something after wheat?
Can I move my camera to be better?
It was a brick.
Okay,
it was a brick.
It was brick. Oh, okay. All right.
Sarah in the chat asked why my pieces. I think she was referring to me. Why my pieces are not falling off the board when I pick them up. I think it's just the practice. But Sarah is a reviewer who does these like minute-long reviews where she just holds up stuff. I have a bunch of questions to ask her about how she just has all.
You're at right. Here's like
at arm's reach right there. So.
Hey, Vlad, Vlad sending me tech messages on the thing here to be like super professional, but like I see myself on the center of my screen right now. Like I'm perfectly centered. Am I not perfectly centered for you or anybody else?
You look centered to me.
Vlad, not so much?
No, it's like this, John?
No.
You're like this? Just a little bit like that?
That is slightly true.
Weird. It looks perfect to me.
Now there you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Weird.
Next up is dealer's choice, everyone. Dealer's choice.
Spend the next half hour getting John's camera. So I have a question for Matt. All right, ready, Matt?
No, but go ahead anyway.
All right. So AEG has a long and storied history of a lot of games, and I know you're familiar with some of them. If you could do your take on any game that we've done, which one would you like to get your own visual take on?
Ooh.
Not saying that the previous one was bad or anything, just something you would like to do your own twist on.
That is a deep and hard question. I
I
love
hope
it.
you're ready, Matt.
As I pull up your listing,
We'll give him.
Well, you don't know them by heart?
We'll give him a little time.
I
to
know
think
most
about
of them.
Good draw.
it. Next up is wood. Everyone, wood.
Good
I like that.
draw.
That's a really good question.
That's the kind of question that you feed your guests before
In advance.
they go on.
Like putting him on the spot.
That is the. I'm a little bit confused here. All right, next up, everybody. After that wood is going to be another brick.
Wow,
You know
awesome.
what? I'd probably say smash up.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, wait a second.
Spicy.
Now we're interested.
Spicy.
We're interested.
Why
What was the
smash
last
up?
one? What was
Brick.
the last one, sorry?
So we had wheat, brick, player's choice, wood, brick, player's choice.
Well, I haven't done the player's choice yet, but thanks
Sorry.
for getting it on me. Player's choice.
Maddie just wants to work on the biggest of the big. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Player's choice is going to be wheat. Wheat.
Yeah, you think the font problem's irritating now, Matt. Just think what Callie has to put up with finding a different font for every faction in every one of those sets.
Well, that's yeah. I
All right,
would.
everybody. It gets worse. Brick again.
Wow.
Brick again. And
Oh.
now I'm starting to worry about all this brick. What am I gonna do?
Get it out of the system early.
I don't know. I got 4 bricks on my board right now. I'm in trouble. Okay, well, we called all the bricks for this round. So we know this next one can't be brick. I hope everybody is ready for the next call. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, not too fast. Wood, everyone, wood. That will
bad.
pull up some of my board.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
That's to build a grenage.
I tell you, these setups where there's no ability to manipulate the draw, they are so tense.
They
So-
are very good.
Todd, do we have any deals today on the online store?
We do, in fact, have some deals on the online store. In fact, till the end of the month, we're running a deal on Guildhall Fantasy where you can get all 4 releases of Guildhall Fantasy for less than the price of 2. So definitely check that out. It's 4 complete games and then you can mix and match. So there's tons of replay in there. And also today we're kicking off the deal on The Captain is Dead. You can pick up either The Captain is Dead Lockdown or The Captain is Dead Dangerous Planet for 25% off plus free shipping.
Nice.
So definitely check those out.
All right, next up, everyone, is Dealer's Choice. Dealer's Choice is the next one up.
Matt? Ben
Yeah.
is saying that he wants to look at Smash Up. Your take on Smash Up?
What's
Nice.
my take on Smash Up?
Yeah, he
We'd
called
like
it.
to-
What would you do, I think?
He wants to see it.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Well, Todd and I talked a while back about 2.0.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
You always kick around the ideas.
All right,
Well,
everybody.
We're
Next up is Stone. Stone is next up.
something big is coming to Smash Up real soon, right?
It is indeed. We've got Smash Up Marvel coming this late summer. And in it, you'll be seeing factions like Hydra and the Ultimates and many, many more. We can't wait to start showing them to you. We're just still waiting on Marvel to check that last box so that we can show them off to everybody. But I'm hoping any day now.
That'll be coming direct to you from our partners at The Op.
Next up, everybody, is Wheat. Wheat is the next call.
Ooh, perfect.
That was a
So
decent call.
It's a low stone game.
Didn't like that
with
call.
all the stone requirements.
Did not like that call.
Well, I'm in deep shit here.
either.
Michael is saying that this is the reason why his wife doesn't want him to be playing while she's in home. He really wants the Captain is Dead now.
He should
Oh
get it.
yeah.
It's a great game. It's a
It
great
is a great game. Next up is Dealer's Choice, everyone. Next up is Dealer's Choice, and I am unfortunately going to have to build my. I am
Oh,
going to have
Ross.
to build my thingamabobber here. What am I
The
going
fun thing about the Captain is Dead is that once you learn how to play one of them, the core mechanics are very similar in all three, but the scenarios are very different. So you have a really different game experience every time you play.
Mm-hmm. And it does have a little bit of fun in that you pick up crew members from game to game as well.
Yeah.
So like a crew member that was a guest in the second game becomes a permanent member of the crew in the third.
So I want to say hi to Ross Graham. He's usually there when we do GameCon and other events, there to
Yeah, he is.
collaborate.
Hey,
And he's
Ross.
today on the chat, and he's asking, is that true, Todd? Is the next Smash Up biggest, geekiest box will have enough space to host a whole family?
It comes
We'll
in its own
see.
shipping container.
Well, the goal is that you, in the next one, you could begin renting out, subletting space to your other games
That's right.
as well.
All right, next up, everybody, is Stone. Stone is next up.
No.
I didn't think Stone existed in that deck this game.
I've had two almost in a row here, Todd.
Yeah.
So,
I think it should be designed to fit exactly in a Kallax square.
I agree with that. I think there should just be enough room to be able to pull it out.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
Maybe it has handles or something.
The Calyx shelf is just like this interesting invention that like so many different like hobbies use them, right? Record collectors use them, board game people use them. I know like knitting people really like them, and it's sort of just the hobby shelf. It's perfect.
Yep.
Next up, everybody, is
Glass. So since we're talking about the Captain is Dead, I'm gonna share on the chat, on the Facebook chat, a link for the form for Thunderbox Entertainment. They had been looking for playtesters for the virtual version of the Captain is Dead.
Oh yeah.
And that
That's
looks
pretty cool.
super good. So if you can check it out, please help them out. It's gonna be an awesome experience for the Captain is Dead.
I will say that is crazy fun. I got to try it on an actual Oculus VR set at the last Gen Con we were at, and running around inside the ship with all the klaxons going off and the lights flashing and the things, shooting sparks as you go down the hall. It's just crazy.
It's pretty cool.
Last call, everyone, is dealer's choice, player's choice on the second go through.
And since we're all talking about the Captain is Dead and all the cool things from the Captain is Dead, John, can you give us a nice question for the giveaway of today so I can send them the third version of the Captain is Dead to someone lucky on the chat?
Oh, that's a good
Nice.
question. I do not have any. I don't have any questions queued up, so give me a second to shuffle up my deck.
I'm just
Josh, I
letting
have
the
a
chat
question.
know that we will do that. Oh, Josh, do you have one?
No, I have a question for Josh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I want to ask about the interaction between Barrack Castle and the public house.
yes.
Is Barrack Castle a monument or is it a cottage?
You know what? It's very funny. I mean,
Josh?
there was a time where I thought it counted as two houses and a monument.
Okay.
But it turns out I lost that game because it's
that's right.
two houses.
That's right.
So
There
for
was a
all
rat- the
purposes
rule- there
of
was a
scoring,
clarification
it is
in the
only
rule
two.
book.
It is only two houses.
Okay.
All right, everybody. We are time to start the third go through on the deck. And I have trouble. All right. First card. Wood.
Wood.
So since John asked it last round, Josh, can you show us your board?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. We'd like to know where your brain is after two pulls.
Board update.
Board
Wow. You got all that in one run through the deck?
Two rounds.
Two rounds.
Can you
Two.
do that again, John?
Yeah, because I have two trading posts, and then so I only need one resource or two resources to build each building right now.
Nice.
I'm going to be out very early today, which is
That's a very good strategy.
Yeah, that was well placed trading posts.
All right, everybody. Next up is glass. Glass is your next choice.
Nope. I don't think it is.
Nope, sorry, back again.
Nope.
No.
I have got.
Oh, man.
Nice shirt, Todd.
Thank you.
Matt, do you want to talk about your business? Do you want to pimp your website or anything?
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
Dealer's choice, everyone. Let's just go with dealer's choice before Matt starts pimping out his business.
Canadian style.
It may not be a politically correct thing to say.
Yeah, I guess it's my website's mattpaquette.com. And way back, I've been a graphic designer for about 25 years, and about 6 or 7 years ago, wow, it's been that long already, I connected with Todd, and we did a little bit of work on Mystic Vale when it was coming out. Back then it was called Grove Tenders.
Grove Tender.
Road tenders.
And
Wow, at one point I remember that game was called
Wow.
Hacks.
Called what?
Hacks.
PAX was one of its playtest names as well. Yeah.
Yeah, PAX was the first name that John Clare had for Mystic Vale.
really, but anyway, so yeah, so that was cool. And then I was working at a museum at the time, and as time went on, I was doing more board game stuff and was less interested in working at the museum that I was at. So about 2 years ago now, I went full-time, self-employed, incorporated, and I now work with a couple of really awesomely creative people to do 95% board game stuff and a little bit of other stuff that from clients that I had previously.
Nice. All right, everybody. Next up is glass.
Glass.
John has gotten in his groove now. He's learned how to call these.
Oh, I am not doing a good job for myself. I'm glad I'm helping you, Todd. Glad to be of service. Glad to be of service. Okay, here comes the next one. And it is brick. Bricks have just been a huge pain. Ugh, what do I do with it? I'm gonna put it there.
And just for those people playing at home, Josh, just clarifying, adjacent means up, down, left, or right, correct?
Yes, orthogonal. Yes.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
We actually haven't done anything diagonal in Tiny Towns. The closest we have is we have like surrounding, which can be the 8 spaces surrounding, but we make sure we always say the 8 spaces surrounding.
That was dealer's choice, John?
That was dealer's choice, everyone. Now I am getting down to the number of spaces on my board.
Yeah, the little animals, they don't know diagonal. It's not their thing.
Wow, Theodore is out with 39 points. That was quick.
Wow.
Not in their
Good
oeuvre.
score.
I'm just about to be out.
Yeah, it's early. So, John, a couple of times now I have asked you what's your favorite game, and you have told me that right now is that Reckoning. And that Reckoning is coming soon. Can you tell me why is your favorite game?
Well, I mean, let's just start with the fact that I don't fully suck at it. So it's play a game that I can occasionally win and or, make a good showing with.
You can?
Did I just not spend an hour and a half trying to help you make the next game you're working on the best possible game it can be?
There's gratitude for you.
No gratitude. All right, I'm gonna call something here, and then I'm gonna talk. Next up is Stone. Stone, not the best.
Oh,
And I'm out.
Oh, that one is really difficult to place. Ugh. All right. Huh. All right. Well, I need for this next card not to be stone or brick. or I'm in trouble.
That was
So Dead Reckoning. So I really like Dead Reckoning because I think that it is where like the old Alderac Entertainment Group, the company that was doing storyline games and really sort of starting their development with theme first, and then making a game that sort of made that theme pop off the board, which we did with L5R and 7th Sea and Legend of the Burning Sands and Doomtown, right? Those were like, let's make a game about cowboys, and then we made a game about cowboys. I think that Dead Reckoning is a lot like that, right? Dead Reckoning is a swashbuckling game first, and then it becomes the board game that it wants to be. All right, everybody, I'm going to close my eyes. What did I call?
Wheat.
Yes,
Perfect.
wheat is good.
if you would have
Good job,
called.
John.
And we have a
Wheat.
couple of people
Met Stone.
asking on the chat, John, when is that Reckoning coming out? When is this
Dead Reckoning
Kickstarter?
will be on Kickstarter in early July. We are we have a targeted date just after the 4th of July in that area, but we're not locking down the final date yet. We're still making sure that it gets chugging along as well as possible.
If you go to alderac.com/dead-reckoning, you can see some information about that game, and you can click the link to get reminded when the Kickstarter goes live.
Will is asking if the game is related to 7C, or you are just talking about the history of 7C.
Yeah, it's not related, but it is thematically very close, right? Like they are not distant cousins at worst. They are not distant cousins. Okay, everybody. Now I'm down to sort of needing some wood. I'm needing some wood here.
I'm out, everyone. Just so everyone knows.
Wow.
Out.
All right, here we go. First call. Great.
That's not wood.
Oh, wait a second. That was a dealer's choice. Woo! I'm turning that into wood. Dealer's choice. Woo! That was close.
Oh, thank you for sharing the link, Todd.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here for you, bud.
Todd, you're the best.
That's what they say.
Okie dokie. Now we have 2 coming, and I need them to be
Wood?
wood or stone or wood. I think I'm down to wood and stone, folks. Take another cup of coffee here.
Life is simple when you're down to wood and stone.
That's definitely true for sure.
It is simple when you're down to wood and stone. There's only 6 cards left in the deck, and we've gone wood, glass, dealer's choice, glass, brick, dealer's choice, stone, wheat, dealer's choice. So there are a lot of options in the deck still. So here we go. Let's see if the world is with me today, and it is not. It's going to give me. It is going to give me a wheat, which means I'm going to have at least one orphaned house, at least one. I'm going to have to put that wheat here. With no way to deal with it. Okay, well, there's only one resource that helps me now, so I'm going to just pull it fast and hope for wood, and
Yes.
I got glass, everyone.
Good call.
Glass, and I am done.
Good pull, John.
That is the end for me, leaving 2 orphaned
Oh,
houses.
well, not as bad as yesterday, but not great.
2 orphaned houses. And then after that, we're going to get a dealer's choice, everyone. A dealer's choice, and that was the wood I was looking for. Just
Short by 1.
You guys needed to know that.
How many cards are left this round, John?
There are only 3 cards left in this deck.
Have you? Okay. How many glass and how many brick have you called?
I'm happy to say it. Went wood, glass, dealer's choice. Glass, brick, dealer's choice. Stone, wheat, dealer's choice. Wheat, glass, dealer's choice. So we've had all 3 glasses come out.
But there's still a brick. Still a couple bricks.
Brick?
Okay. All right.
All right, there are 3 cards left. So I am going to pull one of those cards up, and it is another wood. Man, it's like just rubbing it in, salt into the wound. Rubbing salt into the wound.
Oh, not a good day. Not as bad as yesterday, but not as
Matt,
bad.
Matt, are you out? It looks like you're tabulating.
I've been out for a while.
Matt,
I don't.
I've been out for a while.
Not like maybe about 3 rounds.
All right,
Hey,
everybody.
Matt, had you played Tiny Towns before you started working on the game?
Stone, everyone.
Stone, all right.
No,
That is the worst.
which is I think one of the last games that I did that with. It's so important especially when you're working on UX stuff, to play a game.
Yeah, it is.
It
We
really
believe in play. The last card of the third draw of the deck, everyone, is a dealer's choice. It's a dealer's choice. Now we're going to check in with all of our players here. Vlad, we know that you're not playing. We totally don't understand why you're not playing, and I think after this,
Sure, you should need to sit down one day and do this. You will understand.
Yeah, no kidding.
I say, if I were to sit down and do that, I
I
wouldn't
will.
be able to do anything else.
I
But
know.
you are the multi-talented. And,
I will try to find out a solution, John.
yeah. All right. All right. So Ryan, you're done. Matt, you're done. Josh, you're done. Todd, you are not done.
The next one decides whether I'm done or not.
Okay, everybody. Dave Lepore, how are you doing? You've been really quiet today.
Oh, I've been done for a while, probably longer than that.
Dave's working.
I do not reflect well on the fact that I work for a game company. You don't want to know my score.
Oh, I scored -1 the first time. Dave,
Really?
did you do worse than that?
No, I didn't do worse than that.
All right. Well, then you can tell everyone your score. All right. We're looking for this card for Todd Rowland, who is the last person still
All
playing.
right. Come on, John.
I kind of wanted to share something since I have my sketchbook out. So we get this great art from Golem Studios, but something I always do, I just have to find my sketchbook today, and hopefully I can get this.
Oh, you need to turn off your virtual background, Josh.
Oh, you can see it right now. I
yeah.
do all these little drawings of all the different buildings, and so like there's the cover of it. I just happened to find this just a bit ago, and it's just kind of funny how like I just do these little rough sketches and for some of these buildings and how they just kind of come out and they just take it and they just make it better, which is just what I want from them.
This is riveting television right now, Josh.
That is.
You started to call something, John.
Riveting
Turn away.
television. All right, I'm going to call glass for you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Wow, you
good
got
call.
saved.
Good call. for
Yes, I
Todd.
did
So,
say.
So-
the call that he wants.
I'm gonna bring the big question for the giveaway since
Oh,
we didn't
thank
get
you.
anyone. Okay,
What is
So-
the question?
the question for the chat is: name 2 sci-fi living planets. Any type of planets that you can name that are sentient and living, and you will earn the prize.
Ooh, good question.
Sentient and living planets. I've got one in mind. All right, Todd, are you still going?
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'm going to give you. I can't see myself. I'm going to give you wood.
I'm still in. Let's go one more.
All right.
Wow.
Dealer's choice for you, Todd. So-
All right, I got it, but then I'm out on the next one. So
All right. Well, we are going
Time
to
to
call
start
the last
thinking.
one for Todd, which is wood again.
Good.
And now Vlad will throw up a few extra ones for everybody.
Sure.
Two
And I-
sentient planets. I'm trying to think.
Planets.
Okay, I have the first right question.
That's
And
good.
it's from Michael Borden. He wins the prize. He named it Oa and Mogo.
Nice.
And
What
Tom,
are those? Like, what are those, Vlad? I don't recognize.
Oa and
them.
Mogo are from comics.
Lanterns.
And he's also mentioning Unicron.
Unicron, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Unicron.
A
But
really a
Michael
living
is the
Let's
winner.
not go back to the Unicron conversation. That was it was upsetting to find out that Unicron had horns, but it was 2.
It was.
He only
two.
had one left when the battle was over.
All right, everybody. So now we're going to try some scores here. We know that Vlad did not play, so Vlad will not give us a score. We're just going to give him a placeholder of 25.
You can make it 20.
Wow.
All right, Ryan Dancy, what was your score?
I want the placeholder of 25. I got 22.
Nice.
22. I haven't scored mine up yet. So then we're going to run over to Dave Lepore. Dave, how did you do?
16.
16.
Good score,
Not
Dave.
too
Good
bad,
score.
Not too bad. All right, I'm going to take a little break here and score my planet real quick. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, That guy that's 12, 16, 17. Those guys don't score.
Yeah, I got to remember that little
25, 29.
two factories for the chapel move. That was good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I didn't see that. All right, next up is going to be Todd Rowland. How'd you do, Todd?
39.
39?
39. I had one empty space and one cottage that wasn't
Nice.
fed. He saved me a point.
39 for Todd. All right, now we're going to go to Sir Josh Wood. How'd you do?
I have 44.
Oh,
Nice.
44. That is just not fair, folks. And our guest, Matt Paquette. How did you do, my friend?
26.
26. That's a good score. You tied with me. So that is excellent.
Well, over the default. Nice.
good job.
And I'm gonna say congratulations to Ernest on the chat. He reached 47 points.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Monster
in the last couple of weeks, the people who are watching and playing along have really leveled up their play. There's been
Yeah, they
multiple days where we have not had the highest score.
That's some
So-
grandmaster playing right there.
Hey, picture or it didn't happen now, folks. If you scored 47 today, you should take a picture of that and blast it out on the Twitterverse.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag counts.
That is an amazing, amazing score.
And you should put it next to Josh's board with a little laughing meme at it.
Oh, wow, that might be worth something.
Hey, you know what, Vlad? Someone in the chat is saying that Oa is not a
It's
living planet.
depending on the version of the Marvel universe you are using, it's a character or not. But it's actually registered on the wiki as a living planet, so it counts.
Well, it's on the wiki. It must be true.
Asterisk, because the wiki is never wrong.
Sure, you're right. The wiki is never wrong.
So I don't think that we have any other. I didn't really even get to finish my long description of why I love Dead Reckoning. That game is so good, and I can't wait for us to get that up on Kickstarter. This team is killing it right now. We're going to get back to actual work, and today actual work is actually playtesting. So I'm going to have some lunch, and then I'm going to play some new Thunderstone.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to meet up with Mark Wooten and play his new development game this afternoon. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We look forward to playing with you tomorrow. Who's our guest tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have, give me 1 second.
Tomorrow is Cat Rider.
Thank
from
you.
L'Oreal.
Cat Rider, everyone. So we are really looking forward to that. Bring your A game tomorrow because we are coming at you with super high scores. All right, everybody. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Stay home.
everyone.
Buddy.
Bye-bye.
Stay
Bye.
safe,
Have a
everyone.
great day.